focus. Ideate, innovate, enable.
Besides agriculture and services, manufacturing plays an important role in the success of any economy. It has the potential to transform the economy into an economic powerhouse. Realizing its huge potential, the government of the day has unveiled the Make in India campaign with the underlying objective of increasing the share of manufacturing GDP to 25% from the current level of 16%. This focus augurs well for the Indian manufacturing sector, as it will help showcase the Indian manufacturing sector's prowess to the world. And here, one must credit various trade bodies and associations for championing the Indian manufacturers' cause. Take the case of Indian Machine Tool Manufacturers Association. It has continuously played a leading role in the development of the machine tools industry over the last 6 decades. And its tireless effort shows. Today, India stands 14th in production and 10th in the consumption of machine tools in the world, as per the 2015 Gardner Business Media Survey. IMTMA came into being in 1947 with just 20 machine tool manufacturers. Today, its membership has grown over 25 times to 492. And this number represents over 90% of the organized machine tool and allied equipment manufacturers. The membership comprises large, medium and small-scale units who manufacture the entire range of metalworking machine tools, accessories and other ancillary equipment for machine tools, and cutting tools and tooling systems. Its aim and objective is to create an environment to encourage the development of machine tool technology and thereby raise the bar of production. This in turn would reduce import dependence, boost manufacturing competitiveness and protect the domestic manufacturers. Clearly, IMTMA has emerged as a single point of contact for the machine tool industry in India.
When India became independent, vision of our first Prime Minister was very clear to build local, national capability. Institutions were one by one getting formed in public sector. We wanted to build a local capability in terms of technology, in terms of manufacturing. Few leaders like Mr. Godrej, during that time, Godrej was in the business of machine tool. Like Mr. Godrej, few like-minded people decided that it is important to form an association of Indian machine tool manufacturers and promote the cause of the Indian machine tool industry. When we say cause, we are talking about increasing the demand of machine tool, bringing in a newer technology, making industry more competitive, making the industry comparable to the Western world. That was the objective with which it was formed. Looking back, the founders had a big foresight in terms of their ability to visualize the need of the country at the time and then started this. At this time, many versions of machines were coming from outside. Indigenous capability was quite limited. I believe formation of this association and further interaction increased the local capability, and today the range of machines that are available is extremely large as compared to what we used to have when the country was liberated.
Well, with such a far-sighted vision, the Indian Machine Tool Manufacturers Association has certainly laid a strong foundation for the machine tool manufacturing industry. By playing a catalyst role, it has helped the industry increase its competitiveness, adopt the latest technology, improve productivity and quality, thereby ensuring its overall advancement and growth of the sector. The Indian machine tool sector is the backbone of major sectors like the automotive, auto ancillaries, railways, defense, electrical, electronics, telecommunication and textile machinery, to name a few. Little wonder then, by its constant concerns for the sector, it has not only revolutionized the Indian machine tool manufacturers, but has also made them a force to reckon with globally.
The aim behind the IMTMA awards is, first of all, to serve as a recognition platform. India, as you know, is not very strong on recognizing great work, and the more industry works on recognizing good work, the better for Indian industry.
In all this, the one big challenge any manufacturing company perpetually faces is bringing down the cost of production and raising productivity. Focused efforts in improving productivity hold the key to enhance and sustain competitiveness in the Indian manufacturing industry. Fully aware of the challenges the manufacturing sector faces, IMTMA has helped foster stronger ties among clients by organizing seminars, workshops and exhibitions at regular intervals, both domestically and globally.
If you are aspiring for high growth rates, then one of the very critical things that we must take care of is the productivity of all the resources. Factor productivity is very crucial for the purpose of achieving high growth rates. I think the auto industry, the auto component industry, the machine tool industry, the engineering industry in general can play a major role in innovating new productivity ideas which will not merely benefit the industry, the engineering industries, but will also show the way for moving forward at a national level for a step-up change in the factor productivity. And I think this is most opportune time to make that happen, because some very interesting things are happening in the technology landscapes. The rapid prototyping that we see, the machine learning, the artificial intelligence, all of that together with the very rapid changes that we see in communication technology are going to open up tremendous possibilities for improving productivity, not merely in the shop floor but in the business as a whole. And I believe that the IMTMA has always excelled in providing the platform for people who are fired by similar ideas to come together to define the future for productivity. I've had the opportunity of being involved in the IMTMA Productivity Summit in 2008, and I was very excited about the possibility of everyone who is committed to the concept of productivity coming together to define the new future. And here is therefore another opportunity presenting to ourselves when we can really define a step change, a leap in terms of our productivity standards, our productivity processes, our productivity ideas. And I do hope that the IMTMA Productivity Summit will be able to chalk out such an exciting future for the industry and for the country.
IMTMA has been spearheading the National Productivity Summit since 2006, and it only gets grander with each passing year. This annual event sees the who's who of corporate India participating religiously year after year. Some of the regulars at this event are Mahindra & Mahindra, Tata Motors, Hero Motocorp, Ashok Leyland, Bajaj Auto, Bosch, to name a few. Come 19th November, this 3-day mega event will be held in Gurgaon. And the response for participation has been overwhelming, say the organizers. The event is designed to highlight the best productivity practices in metalworking industries through keynote sessions, live case study presentations, and plant visits.
We are now talking about, as a country, Make in India. We are talking about making India as a global hub. We are talking about ease of doing business. Ease of doing business is very, very hygiene level as a country. If you want to build a sustainable competitiveness within the country, only word is productivity. We must recognize developed world is trying to make manufacturing as less and less labor intensive by automation. If we only depend on only labor cost arbitrage, it is not at all sustainable. It is extremely critical for us to build productivity as a backbone of competitiveness of manufacturing in this country. When we talk about productivity, we should not be just restricting ourselves in just productivity on the machines. There are several supporting processes in the shop floor, enabling processes in the shop floor. One needs to look at the productivity of entire ecosystem within a manufacturing company to ensure that productivity is enhanced in each and every function. And we decided that if our members have to grow, if our customers have to grow, if our whole ecosystem of manufacturing needs to grow, we need to ensure that the productivity exercises are recognized amongst the peer group in the industry. And manufacturing industry by itself is not normally a celebrating kind of industry. We are inward-looking industry normally. We decided that we need to run a flagship program where contributing engineers and managers in manufacturing industry towards productivity and competitiveness are celebrated in a larger national platform. Hence, idea of Productivity Summit came about, and then when we started as a biannual event, and currently it is running as an annual event. This year is going to be the 9th year of Productivity Summit, which will be held in Gurgaon in Delhi, and we expect this event to be really great event in terms of content, in terms of participation.
The National Productivity Summit, organized by the Indian Machine Tool Manufacturers Association, consists of two main components: keynote presentations from eminent persons in the industry, academia, and R&D on the concepts and practices in productivity improvement. The second part is deciding the winners of the IMTMA Productivity Championship Awards. Every year, close to 500 entries are received and scrutinized by experts to be a part of IMTMA Productivity Summit, wherein the top case studies are showcased live in front of a patron crowd comprising CEOs, managers, consultants, engineers, and academicians. And the winners can walk away with a handsome cash prize of 10 lakh rupees.
There's a lot of pre-work that is done before the Productivity Summit. There is a call that goes out to a lot of companies around the country to submit entries of the improvement stories from their companies. And these are then collected. About 300 of them come every year, which is a very sizable number. And there's a team that puts these together, studies them, and then selects out of them. Sometimes even regional seminars are held to enable the shortlisting. And then they come with this very narrow list of 20, which is a very difficult task. And out of this 20, then the jury goes through further and has a debate and a detailed evaluation of the 20 entries. These are then reduced to about 12, which then finally reach the summit, where the decisions are taken regarding the awards.
The IMTMA Productivity Awards have become a benchmark of excellence and recognition of integration of the best and innovative industry practices in the machine tools manufacturing industry in India. These Productivity Awards have become the flag bearer of the productivity movement in the country. Participation from leading companies, sharing of experiences, recognition of achievers, and engendering an enthusiastic competitive spirit has contributed to the stature of the summit and awards. Since 2006, the Productivity Awards were presented by IMTMA and Siemens. This year, Ace Micromatic will present the IMTMA Ace Micromatic Productivity Championship Awards.
To my mind, the only platform of its kind where the actual manufacturing people from all across the nation, from the shop floor level, in teams, they come and they present how have they achieved productivity, whether through quality or through any innovation or through any supply chain or in design. So they showcase that through various, there's a very structured way. They give their proposals, then it's scrutinized by a panel of judges, and then further it's screened, and then finally it is showcased in this productive summit where they actually present it, and then the judges and jury recognize them by awarding who are the best.
IMTMA has certainly set high industry standards and instilled in manufacturers a spirit of healthy competition. The National Productivity Summit is a platform for companies to experience and cross-learn some of the best productivity practices which can be implemented in their own companies. It is said that experience is the best teacher, and IMTMA has provided just the right platform for learning practices one can be inspired from.
The initiative of the machine tool manufacturers to annually organize a productivity summit, and in that also to give championship awards to those who have done extraordinarily well in this area, is very commendable. In the context of the current requirement in this country to accelerate manufacturing, because that is the only way in which sustained growth can be managed, jobs created adequately, and poverty alleviated. I believe that we all need to discuss how manufacturing in India can become globally competitive, because it is the global competitiveness of manufacturing which will allow manufacturing industry in India to grow rapidly and give the kind of results which are wanted by the government and by the people of this country. The role of machine tools, as well as all the toolings which are required for the machine tools in terms of dies and cutting tools, etc., is exceedingly important. The quality of the machine tools, the quality of the cutting tools, their reliability and durability, the ability to maintain their accuracies over long periods of time, the ease of their maintenance, all of these are essential requirements for attaining productivity and high quality. I believe that the IMTMA is really to be involved in this in a very big manner, and the kind of productivity summits which are being organized should discuss the methods and the systems which are required to ensure that all the manufacturers in India can attain these objectives of high quality and high productivity using the right kind of processes and equipment in doing this.
They say make hay while the sun shines, and with India being touted as the place for manufacturing, the Indian machine tool manufacturing sector will certainly receive the much needed boost to grow at a faster pace and earn its well-deserved place under the sun. And here, one cannot but salute IMTMA for its untiring efforts and directions to put a big smile amongst its members.
Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.